So we're down in Poole. We've come to see Greg in his amazing games room. Greg, thanks for inviting us down.
Nice to meet you, Andy.
Good to see you. Good to see you. So give us the background. How did all this get started? How did it get to here then?
Okay, I guess it all started really from sitting in the pub, chatting with a mate, reminiscing about the good old days when we used to go to the arcades. And then we sort of thought, well, actually, wouldn't it be cool to own your own arcade game? And I thought, well, maybe that would be possible. So I ended up going to my local arcade and bought a Joust machine, which was a game that I used to play back in the day.
What's the sort of theme then? How have you themed it? What have you gone for?
Okay, well my favourite ever video game is Robotron. Yeah. So I ended up getting a custom carpet made and I've put figures on the walls and then a display of the Robotron characters there. Yeah. So it's sort of Robotron theme, but also with a view to the early 80s arcade look.
It definitely feels like all the lighting round and all the machines all lit up look absolutely fantastic. So what's your prized possession then? What's your favourite thing?
If I could only keep one game, it would have to be Robotron.
Right.
But I tend to play the pinballs more these days than the videos.
Right. So what was it about Robotron then? Because that's clearly captured you with everything.
Yeah, it has. Robotron. Yeah.
Why then? What's the magic behind that?
I think it's the intensity of the gameplay. It's just so challenging. It's a simple game. The graphics by today's standards are poor, but back then they were really cool. The sounds were amazing. I used to love Defender as well back in the day. Yeah. But it's as I say, it's the challenge of the gameplay. And I can do reasonably well, but I tend to set it now on 5 men, no extras, because then that's much more of a challenge and it's a much shorter game.
Yeah, I have to say I love it as well, so I completely understand your addiction with it. So tell us about the carpet. You mentioned the carpet. Give us a bit more background about this amazing carpet you've got in here. Okay,
so as I said, I wanted to try and recreate the early 80s look, and they always tended to have like a patterned dark carpet in the arcade. So had the idea, well, a Robotron theme would be so cool in an ideal world.
Yeah.
Contacted a few UK manufacturers and it was just too expensive, but found someone in Germany that was willing to do it for a reasonable price, and the euro rate was quite good back then. So I ended up designing it myself and then sent it off and got it made.
It is amazing. It is amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, I do love it. So you've done a lot of work on these pins then. So, you know, what sort of things for the person that sort of doesn't know much about pinball? What things do you do to these to sort of customise them to make them yours?
Okay, well there's a variety of things that I've done. I mean, I guess the first and most obvious look is the powder coating of the sides and the rails and the legs. I've changed all the rubbers to white or clear because they always come with black, and I think the white and clear look a lot nicer. Yeah. And then some of these, like X-Men, a lot of the insert lights were all white, so I've changed them to a colour just to lighten up and brighten the machine. Yeah. And then you've also got the speaker insert lights and a different coloured display.
Yeah, that's great. It's amazing. Any future plans then? Anything you're going to do to add, to change, to improve? Is it possible?
At the moment, there's not really much. I mean, I'm very lucky that I've sort of got pretty much all the pins that I'm after. I quite fancy a Xenon because that's one of the ones I used to play back in the day. Yeah, I absolutely love the sounds of it and the look, and that was just so iconic back then. So maybe one of those, but as you'll see, I haven't really got any room for any more at the moment.
That's always the challenge, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So there's loads of trophies in here that obviously you've won. So give us a background with that, and how have you won all these trophies?
Yeah, that's right. We run a national pinball league. It's split into different regions, and we have several meets every year. And it's basically just an excuse for people to meet up, play pinball, have fun, socialise. Yes, there's competition, yes, a few people take it seriously, but as I say, it's more just an excuse to promote pinball and to get people together to play. So yeah, I've done okay in the local league in there. And also there's a number of us who go to European competitions, a fair few a year. So there's quite a big scene in the world actually. There's world ranking points, and there's an association which oversees it all, and there's a world championship and European championship. So there's a big competitive scene. Not to say that I've done amazingly well, but I've done okay and enjoy it.
You're very modest, very modest. So if anybody's interested then that's watching this in finding out a bit more, what's the website to go to?
Yeah, the website is www.ukpinballleague.co.uk, so fairly straightforward and simple. just get in contact with one of the guys on there or me, because I oversee the whole thing, and hopefully you can find a meet which is local to you and come along, and you'll be more than welcome.
So we're in your cabin now, which is fantastic, and this is where your video games are, which is how it all started. So
that's right, yeah.
Tell me about the acquisition of these amazing machines.
Okay, well, as I said before, first one was Joust from my local arcade, and then, sad as it might sound, I then sort of went round the local seaside arcades and actually ended up going around most of the country looking at the arcades, trying to get some of the games that I remembered from my youth. Yes, I got those basically between about 92 and 95, and then obviously my interest in the pins started a bit later.
And that took over.
That took
You've
over,
got
yeah.
an amazing range of games here. I mean, is it difficult keeping them all going? What's the reliability like?
It's an absolute nightmare.
Really?
It is, yeah. I mean, I'm lucky that I've known over the years a number of different people who've come and helped fix them, because I'm not particularly good at that myself.
Right.
But yeah, they are very, very unreliable.
Well, it's great. Thanks ever so much for showing us around.
You're very welcome, Andy. Thanks for coming down.
No problem.